so proud of you.
You know what's wild? You become an adult, and you really can just do whatever you want. All of a sudden, 2 p.m. on a Sunday sounds like the perfect time to take some shrooms.
We should talk about that at some point. It's not healthy for you to do drugs by yourself in the middle of the day.
Well, first, I'm not by myself. You're here. Also, that doesn't apply to me because I'm still young. 26 is young.
I don't know. When'd you start?
Maybe 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna be feeling it soon, but we still have a little time if you want to join.
I'm good.
Did you say you were coming over?
Multiple times. I also texted you when I was on the way.
Well, my phone's been on the charger, so I wouldn't have seen it. And when you say multiple times, is that for real or like you said it once while I was distracted? You know you lie.
Maybe you don't remember because you're always on shrooms.
No, I hold myself to 1 trip a month. Politician hands. Moderation is key.
Why do you like them so much?
Do something and find out. Stop being so vibeless.
Strictly weed over here.
Actually, you want to know what I'm trying to figure out? It's starting. And sit down. Standing like that's making me anxious.
What are you figuring out?
Love.
Why love?
I finally watched that movie. You know the one where the gray guy lands on some planet and the green lady helps him to survive. She basically makes him a part of her tribe. That's not easy, right? He's so foreign and ashy, but she does it. And how does he thank her? He kills everybody. And then, when she's the only green lady left, he's still talking about, I love you. When it was over, I looked it up and people are calling it a love story. That's not fucked up? In what world does love mean killing off all my people?
And it bothered you so much you had to take shrooms.
Nobody ever has to take shrooms. I do it because I'm open and curious. But also, how is it that so many people still don't know what love is? Like, we've been at this thing for a minute.
I hear what you're saying, but it's just a movie. More importantly, we're smarter than most people. We're not gonna agree with them all the time. No reason to trip over it. No pun intended.
Yes, but words have meaning. If you take the meaning away, then what are we even doing? You might as well give liquor to dogs and let babies direct traffic.
Let's figure it out then. What's love?
Ooh, baby.
That's not his song.
You're sure?
Yeah. I feel like the first thought about love is always romantic. What is romantic love? How do you get it?
You're doing a Jeopardy thing? Talking in questions?
I'm building to something. I'm not vibeless. Did I tell you about the last time I flew home?
No, what happened?
2 things. First, I went to a bookstore to get some gum and water, you know. They were selling 3 different Bell Hooks books.
Hooks books.
2020 wasn't real. Do you ever think about that? Suddenly you can buy All About Love anywhere and CVS sells brown Band-Aids, but everything else stayed the same.
Right. Like you still could lose your job for saying, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't kill people just for being green.
It was weird to see all those books where they used to just put a murder mystery. But the big thing happened on the plane.
Did the air marshal have to arrest somebody?
No.
You know, I saw that once. This guy wouldn't stop watching porn on his phone. It was animated, but still gross.
On the plane, I was sitting next to this woman, and for the first half of the flight, she was telling me all about her family. 2 adult daughters, both lawyers. And she was definitely proud, but also sounded a little jealous. She got married right after undergrad and started having kids, so they became her career. But since they left home, she felt like she didn't have any purpose. Then, in the middle of her telling me this, guess what?
I'm listening.
Her husband starts having a seizure.
Wait, when she was saying all that, where was the husband?
See, that had to be the first red flag because he was just sitting there. It was almost like he wasn't around for any of it. He didn't smile or tear up. But he falls out of his seat. He's like in the middle of the aisle. Flight attendants are calling for a doctor, and he was lucky there was a couple on the plane. But the weirdest thing about all of it, the lady just kept talking like nothing was happening. When he first fell, she actually looked annoyed. I think she said, "Here we go again." And then she just kept going. They'd been married for 40 years. That can't be love, right?
That feels like a story you tell to test somebody. Like on your third date, you go, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And then you use the response to determine if that's the last time you guys ever talk.
But I'm saying, and maybe it's wrong to start with a negative example, but I just feel like longevity gets thrown around a lot in the conversation when you can pretty easily spend your life with someone you don't love.
Yeah. Husband's having a seizure in the airplane aisle and you don't care? You don't love him.
I just feel like you have to care. It's a big part of it. Not all of it, but yeah, caring. Caring and passion. If you're not passionate, then what's the point?
Why do you think romantic love is the big one? Like, much more than the platonic kind. I mean, I have an idea, but what do you think?
It has to be because it's so elusive. Even more than probably like friendship or family love. Feels like there's a chance you may never have someone fall in love with you.
That makes sense. Fear of dying alone and shit. I also feel like that could mean that the others aren't getting enough credit. Because ultimately, they're doing the legwork to sustain you.
You also have to think about what people take in. Every song about romantic love makes it sound like it's the best thing in the world.
Right. While I'm over here fully tripping, I felt like this just from being around certain girls before. And I love you so much, but you've never felt like drugs.
You don't have to explain it to me. We're the same. We both like girls. It's a beautiful thing.
Wait, hold on. We do not like girls in the same way. We both like girls, okay? But the way you do it is not the way I do it.
It's just not true. Remember the one time you got a migraine waiting for that one chick to text you back? And when she finally did, it would say she wanted to slow things down?
You bringing that up while I'm on drugs is so nasty.
I'm just saying we agree girls are a headache. But you gotta love them.
That's not the takeaway. I like that girl so much, it gave me a physical ailment. That's not the same as thinking girls are a headache.
Tomato, tomato. I never get the second one, but you know what I mean.
First time I fell in love, I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I had these terrible stomach pains.
Why are you so intense?
Who knows? I'd never felt anything like it. And then this thing happens. Do you remember the summer before senior year? My mom put me in that art class.
You made all those paintings of naked women and wouldn't even give me one.
I offered you 3 of the male model, but you wanted to be picky.
Now you know damn well.
Anyway, I don't think I ever told you, but pretty much the whole time I was in that class, I was so insecure. I got it in my head that everybody there was better than me. And I don't know why, because I've been painting for years. You know this. But it was my first time being in a studio like that. It was my first time being critiqued. But then there was this girl, and her setup was directly across from mine. And anytime I saw her in the studio or at lunch, it was like somebody was knocking the wind out of me.
Every description of you and a girl. So painful. Have you noticed that?
Brother, I'm telling you, we're not the same. I probably only talked to her once all summer. Then one day, I'm crossing the street from the bus stop to the studio, and I know I had the light because I looked up and I saw the little white man. But then, this stupid MF must have made a left on a red arrow because I could see him through the windshield. And his eyes were so big, like he couldn't believe I was right there, in front of the car. Thankfully, he swerved and dodged me. It happened too fast to have any real feelings about it, but when I went to keep going, there was the girl, just looking.
Shit. Your girl almost saw you die.
The next day, I had to put up a self-portrait for critique, and from what she said, I could tell. She really got it. There was only maybe a week left in the class, but all that anxiety I've been feeling, it was gone.
Did you get her number? I know this is 8 years ago, but a play is a play.
No, just because I wasn't nervous about the art does not mean I wasn't nervous about the girl.
You kill me with that. You've always been a hot individual. I don't know why you won't use it.
How do you know I don't use it?
Because you tell me pretty much everything that happens to you. And anytime you have a story about a girl, it's, I looked at her, she looked at me, and then I didn't say anything.
You got me.
Cam,
What's up?
you said you didn't know I was coming over.
Yes.
And why'd you set out 2 cups?
Well, maybe I knew it in my body, but not in my mind.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think it does. You're saying you've never felt something before you knew it? Or the reverse?
No, I'm saying I told you I was coming over. And because you knew that, you set out a cup for me before I got here.
You know, for a guy who wants to love with passion, you have a pretty narrow worldview.
What does this have to do with passion?
I'm just saying, passion is a feeling. You know it, not based on logic or reason, but because you sense it. But you don't think it's possible for me to feel you approaching my home? Also, I've known you for 20 of my 26 years on Earth. I have to imagine our connection is deeper than just this.
Okay, so now we're saying love gives you some kind of radar awareness of your people? You have find my friends in your heart?
Not all the time, obviously, but why not? Is that impossible?
I just vividly remember my mom forgetting to pick me up one day in the 3rd grade. And so based on what you're saying, she doesn't love me?
Stop it. You said she got you ice cream on the way home. Also, it only ended up being like 30 minutes.
Well, that's a long time when you're 7. What's happening with you and the flowers?
Well, I went to the grocery store this morning, and they looked good, so I got them. And then I decided to sit out here, and now I kind of feel like, why did I get these when I already had some at home? And my other ones grow.
It's funny how that fits into the love thing. As far as romantic love goes, I feel like a lot of the time it comes down to how well can we grow together? And do I trust what we have enough to let you keep growing even when I'm not around? Feels better, maybe more loving, to just let it do its thing.
Not just romantic love. That's pretty much what our parents are doing when they start taking us to school. That didn't work for little baby Nas. You really thought no one was coming to get you. Still had me, though. I stayed in aftercare.
But back then, I hadn't known you that long. I don't know what a comparable situation is for a grown man, but let it happen today, and you're with me, we're good.
You feel like a man?
Pay my bills like one.
No disrespect, big dog. I wouldn't call myself a woman, so I was just asking.
I guess as far as other people are concerned, like to people at work, I'm a man.
Could you see yourself falling in love with a coworker?
There's no love in tech. That's what Ex Machina is about.
I don't think that's true.
I actually haven't seen it. At this point, I'm just talking.
You might like it. And yeah, I feel the same way. I couldn't see myself being in love with another engineer. Something about it just...
Man, what's love? I feel like we lost a thread.
Well, that's how it works. You find it, and then you lose it before finding it again. Okay, keep in mind I'm in a pretty good place with the Okay, so one thing I know, the really good thing about psychedelics is that when I'm on them, thoughts become feelings, and the parts of my body that I'm not usually aware of, I can sense them. It's like, have you ever danced in front of a mirror? Like in a dance class? You watch the instructor do the dance, you learn it, and then you do it, but you're not hitting the shit like they did. And that's when you realize that for most of your life, you're only existing in this little part of your body. It's like how they say we only use 10% of our brains.
Myth, but keep going.
Well, to me, it's the truth when it comes to your body. And you have to really work to be in the whole thing. But then, one day when you get there, or you at least get close, you go back to dancing in the mirror and it's like, I'm really hitting that shit. I think that's what love is. I didn't know how much of myself I was wasting, but after this new presence in my life, I'm living in all of me, and I can't stop dancing.
Well, now we gotta dance.
No music?
Nah.